But the live UEFA Europa League kicks off right now here on ESPN and ESPN HD. Stoke City go to Maccabi Tel Aviv.
At the halfway point of the group stage of this season's Europa League, all 5 British clubs are in with a chance of qualifying for the knockout stage of the competition. Stoke City can virtually guarantee themselves a place in the last 32 with an away win against Maccabi Tel Aviv. The Potters are top of their group, hoping for an encore performance after a victory at the Britannia Stadium.
Here comes another corner, and this time Kenwyne Jones does score for Stoke by Etherington, and it is 2-0. This time it is Cameron Jerome. Shotton has scored.
Stoke's game in Israel is live here on ESPN. This is the ESPN lineup for tonight. Stoke's game in Israel with Maccabi Tel Aviv kicks off at 6 o'clock. The knockout stage is on the horizon. After 2 wins and a draw, Stoke are top of Group E, one of 12 Europa League groups. They'll guarantee their place in the knockout stage if they win in Tel Aviv and Dynamo Kiev defeat Besiktas this evening. Well, fair to say, the weather isn't great. Boy, is it raining in Tel Aviv tonight. News now on Stoke's starting lineup from Alex Gordon-Martin.
Thanks very much, Ray, and good evening from a very wet Bloomfield Stadium here in Tel Aviv. I can tell you it's been 25 degrees for the last 2 days here. Beautiful weather, clear skies. We've managed to pick one of 20 days in the entire year where it actually rains, but at least the Stoke fans, I think 200 of them have travelled today. Well, they'll be used to it at least. Maccabi Tel Aviv, this should be a different proposition from the side that surrendered so meekly at the Britannia Stadium 2 weeks ago. They're top of the Israeli league, unbeaten here in 12 European home games. As for the side, well, not too many recognisable names there. It's a very young team. The goalkeeper's just 18. No fewer than 6 of them are 20 or under. Haris Medunjanin's the one they'll look to get on the ball as much as possible, while Elron Attar's the main goal threat. He has 8 so far this season in all competitions. As for Stoke, no Shawcross, Wilson or Etherington because of injury. Woodgate's ineligible while Cameron Jerome suspended. 9 changes made in all from Monday's home defeat to Newcastle, but it just goes to show the strength and depth of this Stoke squad now. It still looks a pretty good side put out tonight. They line up in 3-1-4-2. Joint top scorers Jones and Walters are reunited. Also a massive night for Danny Higginbottom. He's back after missing 7 months with a ruptured cruciate knee ligament injury. A big night as well for Tony Pulis. He knows a win tonight could go a long way to securing qualification for the knockout stages. I caught up with him yesterday. It's been a tough couple of weeks, a long journey. How are the lads bearing up?
Yeah, they're fine. You know, as I've said right from the beginning, you know, we want to embrace this and enjoy it as much as we possibly can. You know, it's a great opportunity to come to some great places, and Israel, Tel Aviv. You know, it's a wonderful place. We won't see a lot of it, to be honest, but you know, we'll give it our best tomorrow night.
The physical demands are obvious, but is it just as tough to monitor them mentally, see how they are for each game, especially at a foreign place like this?
You know, this is all new to us, so we haven't got any experience, and it's new for me as a manager, it's new for most of the players. So, you know, it's a good learning curve for everybody involved, but I do think that mentally, you know, getting players up 3 times a week sometimes can be difficult.
Going back a couple of weeks, you beat Maccabi pretty comfortably in the end at home. Do you expect it to be a lot different here?
Oh yeah, very much so. Their home record is pretty exceptional, really. It's going to be tough for us, but we'll enjoy it. You know, we've obviously Shawcross and Wilson haven't travelled. Jerome suspended. We've got 1 or 2 of the lads who've got little knocks and niggles. So we'll have to most probably change a few things around, but whoever plays, you know, we've got to make sure that they do their best.
Just quickly, Tony, what's the message? One more win and you're through from the toughest group pretty much in the Europa League.
Well, we've got to just approach this well and make sure that you know, we give it our best. If we get the win that we all need, brilliant. If we don't, we've still got 2 other games to do it. So the important thing tomorrow is to make sure that we give it our best shot.
Celtic live on ESPN, so is Stoke. After the break, we'll hear from assistant manager Dave Kemp on tonight's game in Israel, and we'll get the lowdown on opponents Maccabi Tel Aviv.
We give them a lot of respect, and it's a big honor for us to participate in this European League and to play against a team like Stoke. So it's a big game for us, and we hope it will be nice.
Tonight's UEFA Europa League live at Stoke's game with Maccabi Tel Aviv. The Potters have arrived in the Israeli capital top of their group and in the knowledge that a 3rd group stage win will just about guarantee them a place in the knockout stage of the competition. Pre-match thoughts from the Stoke camp are on the way, but this is uncharted territory for the Potters and their travelling supporters. So here's Alex Gordon-Martin with everything you'd want to know about Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Perched invitingly on the Israeli Mediterranean coastline is the second most populated city in Israel, the vibrant cosmopolitan metropolis of Tel Aviv. "40 miles east lies the ancient holy city of Jerusalem, but culturally, socially and psychologically, it may as well be a million miles away. The hustle and bustle of everyday life means there's a really modern feel to a city that's expanding fast.
Tel Aviv is a great city, good city for the youngs, you know, big party, you have the good beach and good people.
There's nothing like Tel Aviv, you know, and Maccabi Tel Aviv.
So amidst the distractions and chaos of everyday life, Tel Aviv can boast the oldest and most successful club in Israel, Maccabi Tel Aviv. The club has a rich history. 19 Israeli championships and 22 national cups is testament to that. However, in recent times, silverware has eluded them. Maccabi haven't won the league for 9 years. Domestically, Maccabi now find themselves in the mix and challenging for trophies. Currently second in the Hahar League under the guidance of new manager Moti Evenit.
It was a big surprise for us that we started the season so good because we were thinking it will take time. But everything came very fast together and we started the season very good. We find ourselves in the European League and now we are fighting until the end of the season to be champions, but we're taking our time, you know. We know it will come. If you are going in the right way, it will come.
However, their European adventure hasn't quite gone to plan. They're currently bottom of Group E with just 1 point. Maccabi were outmuscled and convincingly beaten at the Britannia 2 weeks ago, but the Yellows have a point to prove.
Stoke is a level above us. There's no question there. But at home we are a different team. With our fans, we have great fans. It'll be a great environment, and I'm sure it'll be a good game. It'll be a close game, I hope.
Well, Stoke haven't had the chance like us to explore the city. Dave, you only got here late yesterday afternoon, straight into training. It's all a bit hectic for you at the minute, isn't it?
Yes, it has been. Obviously, we came to the stadium last night to have a light workout, just to check the stadium out and the surface. But as you say, it's all been a bit hectic, and we've been trying to prepare for the game today.
After 3 straight defeats, is it all caught up with the squad a little bit, do you think?
Well, we've got to use that as an excuse. You know, you have to take the game that's in front of you, and there's this one tonight, and we'll have to make sure we're ready to go at kick-off.
You dominated Maccabi at home pretty easily. Is the plan tonight again to exert your physical authority on them?
Well, obviously we want to stamp our style on the game, but I think there'll be a different proposition here tonight. This is their home patch. They're very good, got a very good record here. So we know it's going to be difficult, and we're looking forward to it.
About the weather, it's a bit like a November night at home, isn't it?
Well, that's the first bit of Stoke weather we've had here. So, you know, as we're talking now, it's pouring with rain, so we'll see what it's like at kick-off time.
And just finally, what's the message? One more win and you're pretty much assured of qualification through to the knockout stages?
Yes, I mean, if we can get the win tonight, I think that would see us through. So we know how important the game is, and hopefully we can get the job done.
Thanks, Dave. Best of luck.
Pleasure, thank you.
Balancing European club competition with domestic football is a challenge, but top of their group, nothing wrong in the Europa League for Stoke so far this season. But successive Premier League defeats and a Carling Cup exit is a worrying run of form. And tonight is the Potters' 7th game in 22 days. Will it take its toll? We'll see. Kick-off in Tel Aviv is in a few minutes' time.